Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your patience is appreciated as I rock a block of ads here to get rid of pre-roll ads for incoming viewers. We will start right after these messages. All your stream are belong to me. What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday evening. It's been 2 days, but it feels like it's been forever. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream and welcome to SubCon, where we all get to live the dream. I am your streamer, Manic Socratic, combined with the powers of my delightful mod Gravebook, who always keeps the conversation flowing, and my bot, Manic Robotic. This is the stream, and I hope we're going to have a good time tonight. We get to ride again on the TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, I'm glad you like the music, Contrix. You remember that old meme of all your base are belong to us? That is from a Genesis game called Zero Wing, and that's why this song is essential to my to my playlist for running the stream. There's 5 hours of music in here, and Zero Wing is actually not too shabby of a game. Terrible Japanese translations aside, it is a really good side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, so it is worth having a look however you can grab it. Fun to play with so much English. Yeah, that was quite a problem back in the 90s, where there were limited resources available for things like translating the script of a game. So they did as much as they could with what little they had, and we still found ways to enjoy it because it was really all about the gameplay. And really, with a jam like that, they really pulled a good instrumentation, good composition out of the Sega Genesis sound chip. A lot of game companies really skimped on their sound for the Sega Genesis, and it basically made all their games sound like robot farts. So it was really crazy to see a game with that kind of variance in its production quality. And by the way, Great Book, thank you for throwing me your sub for 9 months. That is incredibly delightful. You are that first badge is well earned, because you probably legit were my first sub back when I first became an affiliate a long time ago. I might have to start thinking about in 3 months if I want to do an event stream for 1 year as an affiliate. It's a thing to do. Any excuse to put my mug back here on the stream for longer and all those other things, because why not? If I want to have another 8-hour event stream, if I want to have another 8-hour event stream, I reserve the right to do that. You love my mug. There were things to love about all the consoles. There's a reason why it was such a big slugfest, why it was a bloodbath, why it was a multi-billion-dollar race to the top, that the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis kept trading heavy blow after heavy blow with amazing games. Nintendo was a little bit late to the party, getting the Super Nintendo out to us like 2 years after the release of the Mega Drive / Genesis, but they made up for it really, really quickly. And gotta give Sega credit for making Nintendo feel the heat and actually innovate. They stopped at nothing to get the most out of the Super Nintendo. So little bit of show and tell right now for those who've not for those who somehow haven't seen things yet. This is my Dreamcast, and you'll notice it's got a little bit of a tail on it, and that's because it is attached to the Akira. Because all of you invested in me, the least I could do is invest in the stream. So the Akira leverages the not very many video game consoles did this. The Dreamcast might be the only one. The Dreamcast actually outputs VGA, video output, which goes just as hard as RGB that is found in a lot of other consoles, and outputs that into a nice, beautiful HDMI signal. And that is going to be part of the future of the stream. I am likely going to outfit my Dreamcast with an optical drive emulator, a replacement device, so that I can basically not ever have to like swap out discs on my Dreamcast. I'll just have an SSD in there that holds like 50 games, and I'll just rock my Dreamcast super hard that way. Oh yeah, Contrix. You come into a retro streamer's cave, you come into a retro streamer's place, and you are going to see a mother scratching Dreamcast, okay? And this, and mine in particular here, that is indeed Marvel vs. Capcom 2 hiding inside of it. I have already taken some recording samples here with the Akira, and that video quality is beautiful. It is wonderful to have a device that is tuned specifically for the way that the Dreamcast outputs video, and I'm so excited to be able to do some streams with it in the future. It's going to be super great. And Contrix, those 8-hour event streams are decided 100% by me. I'm a massive control freak, so I give a little, but it's only after a lot of deliberate thought goes into it. So if you want more of me, it's because I decided it. whatever you're getting from me right now is as much as I can bear. I love every minute that I am on stream, but it also takes a lot of my energy, and it's in the interest of both sides of this equation that I can rest up.
So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
Contrix literally haven't seen a Dreamcast since the 2000s.
But that was too soft.
Okay, the event stream conditions as set forth by Gravebook: 2 million points from one person, and it must be accompanied by $4 million. That's only $500,000 an hour for the stream. Oh, and unlimited wings for life. You have to make sure that you keep me up to my eyeballs or higher in chicken, preferably chicken wings, because if my chicken levels get a little too low on any given day, disaster strikes. I got some rotisserie chicken hiding in the fridge. As soon as stream's over, I'm gonna go bite the shit out of it. It all comes down to it. So, gotta do the top of the stream shoutouts. There is one who followed me yesterday, Kuja Linsfield. Thanks you for the follow. Appreciate you for stumbling into Subcon, coming through that door, and living the dream. We got the Burrito of Destiny here to look at a bunch of video games that are like twice as old as he is, if not older. Thanks for the host, Contrix. And yes, Gravebook is more so than just a mod. Gravebook is also my talent agent. And Squash86 with the follow. Thank you for that. Appreciate it, Squash86, coming at me from upstate New York. I've met you exactly once, and it was a delightful time at a super cool pub located somewhere near Niagara Falls, and that's as much as I can remember. I don't pretend to understand the geography of places that are that far away from me. But Squash86, thank you very much. I hope there are stairs in your house. I really do. In any case, we've got some TurboGrafx to rock here, so I think it's essential to just switch right on over here and get down to business. We have some more games to play, and well, we got almost all evening to do it. 20 minutes per game in alphabetical order until all games on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini have been played. Well, Contrix, technically you are the viewer. Your account is the viewer. That's most people when they choose to host is that one viewer is there. So don't worry too much about your number, Contrix. That is just how it is. Squash86, hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks for being up. But you're probably up really late, all things considered, because the way I stream for the most part is not friendly to the East Coast, because I fit these streams in whenever I can. But Burrito of Destiny is here, representing the Illuminati. Thanks for popping over. I'm sure your mom is proud that you stan me, one of her best friends throughout life. Yep, that is what we are in for tonight. The TurboGrafx 16 Mini. That is a pretty solid representation of the console itself right here on screen, in fact, Burrito. The TurboGrafx 16 was the first 16-bit system released in 1987. Its sibling console, as can be seen by the little dudes walking around in the background. The PC Engine is what it was known as in Japan, and it was sized a little bit differently. I currently have the core graphics skin turned on. Maybe I'd be a little bit less confusing and change that out. Let's see, display settings, wasn't it? Menu design. Let's go back to PC Engine. Yeah, this is a good 2D representation of what the PC Engine looked like. But nevertheless, it was the first 16-bit console. Hudson Soft and NEC decided to try to get ahead of the game, to try to start leapfrogging Nintendo into a more powerful console. And while this was not a super popular console in the grand scheme of things, it really made a splash with some awesome games, to say the least. Squash86, no later than usual. 17 more minutes to try to get another PB on the Ninja speedrun. Oh, you and Super Mario Maker 2. those ninja speedruns can be super brutal, so good on you for still having all that dexterity and all those skills. Yeah, Grey Book, there is a small chance that the system is older than Contrix. There's a lot of things older than you, Burrito of Destiny. So many things. So, you can try really hard, but you are among very old people. Burrito of Destiny is a sweet, innocent little child. Nah. Burrito of Destiny has grown up to be a fine young man, and I'm very happy to have him here in my stream. And as I showed off earlier, the Dreamcast is older than Burrito of Destiny. The Dreamcast came out when I was in high school, and Burrito of Destiny when your mom was in high school. Okay, so Contrix, you are 28, which means you were born in 1992, which means, yes, the TurboGrafx 16 is older than you. Grey Book, you're an old, basically a swamp witch. And I have a few years on you, Grey Book, so yeah, that's where we are on things. Time to start off tonight with Parasol Stars, a game that seems to be near and dear for some reason to the heart of Itty Bitty Ruby, who may or may not be watching right now. And also, courtesy of Itty Bitty Ruby, is this can of lemon LaCroix. I will drink one per stream until the 8th pack is gone. She sent them to me. They landed on my doorstep last Friday. So anyway, let's go get my filthy mitts over on the timer to be ready to start it. So let's launch. Let's whip out the Hue card and shove it in the console and get ready to enjoy some Parasol Stars, the third game in the series that starts with Bubble Bobble. If that isn't a confusing freaking name. I mean, it's right there. This Parasol Stars, the story of Bubble Bobble 3. Because the second game in the series was called Rainbow Islands. And yes, massive swamp witchery. And the game's already in demo mode, and you can see Parasol Stars. Yes, literally, umbrellas are the main weapon here. And you can definitely see how this gameplay is inspired by Bubble Bobble. So I'm going to press the run button. There is no start button here in TurboGrafx Land. It's the run button. It sounds more like a tribute to Bubble Bobble 3. And it's going to take me a minute to get used to the mechanics here because I don't think I've ever actually played this one before. Even after watching the demo, it's still a little bit weird. But I'm picking up fruit, so that's good. My name is Bubby. How about that? Yeah, the humidity hasn't hit yet, but don't worry, it's on the way. What? Is that... Okay, that piano was apparently an enemy, and only now can I attack it. Wow, this game is coming in hard. This game's coming in hard. I'm gonna game over the shit out of myself. Yeah, Grey Book, all of last week you were experiencing experiencing a lot of discomfort as a result of the atmospheric conditions brought on by early monsoon. Okay, I'll continue and to start here. Such jaunty circus music we got going on here. Oh no! Oh, I want rain badly too. I want some of that rain that we got back in March. That stuff was hot. That stuff was that rain just was relentless. That rain was brutal. That rain was like some I'm driving and I can't see anything kind of rain. It was wonderful. Dang it. I wanted to enjoy the game so much and I was all talking about Itty Bitty Ruby, which I probably should have knocked off like 2 minutes of that. Let me go that. Hair hates the humidity. Totally get it. Very common ailment among those with plenty of hair. They get themselves some accidental volumization with humidity. Such is life. Oh wow, you had to call out a work grade book? That really sucks. Oh, neat. I got a power up. Some of the triangles are escaping. This can't be good. And they're so chaotic. Oh, did I just enter above the initials? Okay. Number 1. Hey, no need to apologize for being late, Itty Bitty Ruby. You are doing just fine. I'm grateful you're here for any amount of time. Don't ever beat yourself up. You were given the proper shout-out of respect and adoration for providing my starting beverage for the night. The yellow spider came for you? Ooh. What if that yellow spider was the one that was eating your caterpillars? Strong possibility, just saying. Maybe those caterpillars didn't just die out of something sheerly random. Maybe those caterpillars were murdered. Just saying, it's not impossible. We might need to have insects. We may need to have bug and insect CSI go all haul in your house. Had to get a neighbor to kill. Now burning your clothes? Wow. I guess that yellow spider was in your closet? At the very least, Itty Bitty Ruby, you're here for the Parasol Stars, and that counts for a lot, I think. Just here to, I'm just here to, run directly into enemies, no big deal. Oh, you think it touched you? Okay. That spider knew you were plotting, I think is what the deal was. Ooh, what is this Cane of Samaria doing here? Gave me absolutely no benefit, even though it looked like a power-up. But I got a giant strawberry, which gave me a 1-up, so truly I did something right. What's to be confused about, Contrix? Itty Bitty Ruby has had a little bit of a spider problem, but it has since been dealt with. But even though there were some deep personal losses involved and massive anxiety, because spiders. But also, Ruby, I think I have a little bit of agreements that neither of your cats seemed up to the task of dealing with a spider. There are a lot of cats out there who are really solid at dealing with insects, and neither of yours decided you were worth the effort. They should have been willing to preserve your life and livelihood by attacking that spider, but no, they just decided to let you fend for yourself. AZ Collins with the raid. What's going on? Oh, wrong button. Hey, what's up? What's up, AZ Collins and Raiders? For those who have not previously come in on an AZ Collins raid, I am your guy, Manic Socratic here, crushing retro games 3 days a week here for you. May I get a shout? You are already on it, great book. Thank you. I was too busy being focused on the game here. Yeah, welcome. How was your stream, AZ Collins? Let me know. And also, now that things are kind of the way they are right now, did that dim sum joint open back up? Did it survive? Because we really need to go take a look at going to that place again. Had one good run. Oh heck yes! Lazy spoiled fuzzballs, Itty Bitty Ruby. Now see, here's kind of my grievance with that sentiment is that yeah, cats are gonna be lazy, but you're the one doing the spoilers, so me enter my name again like this game. Now I'm only second to myself. Yes, I would like to continue play on the level that keeps destroying me. And thanks for looking into that, Easy Collins, because yeah, that when you posted pictures of that dim sum joint, it looked like it was freaking rocking hard. Coffee and a 1-up right before dying. Perfect, perfect. That's how it's supposed to go. 1-up right before dying. Strap in and watch me get completely terrorized by the games of the era, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, coming at you straight from, well, more or less straight from 1987. Right now, currently enjoying the delightful antics of Parasol Stars. Son keeps jumping in his chair and calling out the food. I'm glad your son can be so excited, Contrix. That's, I didn't know the food could be so exciting, but, hopefully dinner is served, or will be soon, because it seems like this food obsession is coming from a place of hunger and many other sentiments. Oh, I'm invincible! Come and get it, Triangles. Finally, an invincibility blessing so that I can actually get out of this level. Clear! And a 1-up! Oh, baby. It's like Christmas. And also, Contrix, I'm very touched that your son is enjoying the heck out of old games, too. It's important to know your history. I didn't turn around. I guess I'm not allowed up there. I still have to find some other way of getting enemy fodder to damage the evil piano. Actually eating right now. Little girl is the one who's not eating. Oh no! I'm having trouble figuring out, like I know there's a sort of a command to, like, hold the item here, unless I just have to be quick on the draw about it. Yeah, these games are new to the kids, so that's what keeps them happy. I'm glad that my streams can do something for all of you guys. I'm the new family tradition, 3 days a week. How am I gonna hit that piano? And a crazy, colorful game like this is super fun. You liking the new job, Contrix? Whoa! The game just gave me an insta-clear object. Okay, I'll take it. Oh no! What am I supposed to do with this thing? Do I just have to... I mean, And it's funny that it's a drum and it says kick me on it. That's just utterly hilarious. That is the perfect pun, I think. Oh! A potentially useful item of attack. Oh, there we go. Let's give him the power of lightning. Lightning and a thunder. Woo! Yay! More big fruits and a 1-up. I was on death's doorstep there. Next phase of levels. Wallaby Lullaby, hey! Forgot to acknowledge you earlier. My apologies. Ooh, this level scrolls. Oh, but that's okay, because I can apparently just torch everything. Wait a second. Oh my god, this is basically... Are you kidding me? Like, this is basically Kirby. I'm fighting a tree. This is... Which is Kirby as heck. Oh yeah, smashy smashy. Now give me the fruits. Give me all the fruits. Take that bad guy. Oh, that's... It's a duck plant? Oh baby. Candy. Wow, how weak are these enemies that just getting dabbed by water freaking destroys their entire souls? They just start spinning and freaking out. Take me away! Ghost ride the whip. Oh no! Now I'm out of credits. Darn. It's difficult to explain the concept of credits to people who've never really had to deal with them. But okay, I'll give it another honest run here with my 4 minutes remaining. This music is pretty dope, as it is for most of these games on the TurboGrafx. How the game sometimes sits there and like hesitates. Oh come on! I thought I was doing better at dodging than that. Oh yeah, take that piano. Aw, that's what I get for being too cocky. Can the game give me some fat 1-up action? Ugh, he snuck up on me. Whacked me right in the taint. Ooh, lots of chocolate. The game must know that Ruby's watching. You're welcome for the Parasol Stars. I'm glad you seem to be enjoying it, Ruby. Sundays are adult conical toys. Adult conical toys. Gravebook, I appreciate your vocabulary more than words can possibly express. Pun intended. Another iMac already? Oh, for your mother-in-law? Okay. Where'd you find this other iMac, Contrix? This freaking level again. What is this? Super Cane. Any of those weird triangles that try to escape? I'm here for them. I'm here to destroy them. Oh, no you don't. Facebook Marketplace. Hey, Facebook Marketplace actually is not too shabby of a way to find some junk. Needs it for school. Needs specifically an iMac. Don't let him fool you. I'm buying it. He's just finding it. Triangle SpaghettiOs. Screen. Yeah, having a very large screen. Why are you calling her an old bat, though? Slev with the lurk. Big love, Slev. Gotta give the shout out to Slev86, the king of Sea of Thieves out there. An absolute master at his craft, an incredibly generous streamer with all of his time, with all of his heart, with all of his energy. Slev is all that is good. If you're awake in the mornings, I think he rocks from like 10 a.m. to 2 or 4 p.m. Eastern. And you want some Sea of Thieves in your life, Slev will deliver. So, onward. From Parasol Stars to the possibly other side of the spectrum, some power golf. Let me get my timer back to something resembling actual normal looking time. Act 70, really 40. And SpaghettiOs sound kind of good right now. I mean, when don't they sound good? There's something magic in that sauce. I ate my last SpaghettiOs a very long time ago, but memories of that incredibly, absurdly sugary sauce. Yep, there you go, Gravebook. It is indeed the sugar. That ridiculously, like, it's as sugary as can possibly be, but without losing the tomato flavor. Which makes it kind of a cousin to, like, Pizza Hut, which also has a really sugary tomato sauce on their pizza. So, I could totally destroy Pizza Hut thin crust right now. Anyway, moving on to Power Golf. Hey, no, we're not doing it. They better have meatballs. Ooh, those meatballs are made of like dicks and snouts, but they're incredibly good too. Sugar indeed hits brains like a drug. So let's play 20 minutes of golf. It has some gorgeous animation. Pizza and wings always. This is why we're such good friends, Gravebook. Stroke play or match play? I'm gonna stroke first and then see where that takes me. Yes, that looks like me. Input game. How many characters do I get? Stop me yet. There we go. Game's a little loud. Okay, good to know. So I'll knock the game like that. Hopefully that balance is better. Maybe. Okay. Alright, lining up the shot. I guess I'll just shoot it. Not perfectly straight, just slightly off kilter like that. Oh yeah, so many stroke jokes. Golf has so many innuendos, it's not even funny. Oh, it's It controls a lot like NES Golf. I'm into it. Yeah, some games, this game in particular, did seem to have slightly more aggressive music. I'm gonna whack it hard again. Ooh, right on. Oh, I overestimated that one. Yikes. Why is it that weird impotent dudes love golf so much? Seriously, I've never understood golf. Not in my entire life. Ew, don't sand trap, don't sand trap. I'll take out of bounds. That's fine. Yeah, I have various cultural opinions upon golf, but I will save them for another day, most likely on Twitter. Out of bounds again. Yet again, really dope music. Maybe I need to use a different club here. 3 iron should do. Yeah, mini golf is a good time. On one of my return trips to Seattle, I went and hung out in Kirkland, and there was this really sweet indoor mini golf / bar. Like, it's just straight up whatever booze you want. Navigator, what's going on? And Yuga too? Oh my goodness, both at the same time tag teaming me. What's going on, fellas? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday night. Navigator, you are up late as well. Yuga too, how's the vacation coming? And just to possibly quench some of your curiosity, Navigator, I did do show and tell with my Dreamcast and the Akira. So, oh, this ain't late for you? Okay, good to know. Almost at a close. That time went by fast, Yuga too. Your vacation, 12 days seemed like a lot, but apparently not. Oh, of course. Am I going out of bounds? Oh yeah, I'm going out of bounds. I need to like mentally kind of, or maybe I go for a change up my club here. What else do I got? Two iron, okay, and I'll just go for a little peck here. Gonna fight the bot. Itty Ruby, thank you for showing me your biddies. You are too kind. You are too kind. And dang, I did not know my bot was racist. What's going on here? What? I know you've streamed before, Navigator. That's not right. That's what is the deal with my bot? Do I have to restart it? Do I have to kick it? What's its problem here? It's sitting here running. What if I Oh, it just apparently there's a cooldown on that API call. It was done a little bit too fast. Disrespectful as this damn cable management doing all day. Oh, what type of cable management? Just some of your home setup, or is that part of your job? You get to replace my backdoor yesterday. It was a nightmare. Ain't perfect, but it's done. Got a haircut, renewed truck registration. Dang. No, the game's giving up on me. I'm not giving up. Oh, it just put me on hold too. All right. Nothing like cleaning up that setup though. Getting yourself some good Velcro straps and all those other things. And maybe did it force me on that one wood? What if I just for kicks? What if I try to ooh. Yeah. I don't know shit about golf, so I'm just trying to have a good time. Oh, curving to the right way too much. Gotta buy some raceways, but mostly command strips. I've messed with raceways a little bit, but I've never messed with command strips either. So that is some incredibly fancy stuff. You trying to rig up like a dozen consoles here? 'Cause that's what I'm thinking of. When you're talking about needing to go that heavy with your cable management. And in fact, Navigator, I might have an Instagram account that would be fun to follow for you because this person did some incredible cable management stuff recently. Oh, mostly your PC desk. Totally get it. And yeah, especially if you're getting going on streaming, then there's a heck of a lot. There's probably a heck of a lot of cables just snake around everywhere. Ooh, right on the money there. But I got stuffed by a freaking tree? Space on top. Oh yeah, that kind of organizing is even more intricate. I'm always shuffling my space on top of my desk, wishing I had more or better or something like that. Okay, need a weak shot here. Get me on the green. Oh, that was still too much. Probably needed to switch to an iron on this. That'll do. Put a little English on it. Oh no, at least I didn't hit the water. In the rough, 95 yards. Okay. Oh come on, that was the weakest hit I could possibly have. Maybe it was my choice of club, but I got in the bunker. Navigator, mounted Ethernet switch, USB hub, power strip, DVD burner, and Raspberry Pi underneath the desk. Ooh, that is very clever. Yeah, under desk mounting for certain things is the right way, I think. Especially power strips. Oh man, you can do a lot of fun power cable management that way. Okay. Now that I'm this close to the hole, I can probably start to deal with like a putter and go for like a strong shot here. Just total theory here. I'm on the green! Shot 10 on a par 4, of course. And I rimmed out. Stroke too hard, rimmed out. Alright, just a little love tap now. Fine, make me give up. This is like when I tried playing that RTS last week. That was crazy stuff. I'm so out of my element here. Oh, Contrix wants the boo hat. Pardon me as I stop the timer here and step away for a second. Gone from representing the Avenger Friends Team Pixel on back to the good old fan favorite boo hat. Something about this hat really gets people going. So anyway, how am I gonna whack this ball now? What if I'm just totally screwing with clubs here and seeing how much I can get away with. Oof! Nope, that was way too crooked. But actually probably put me in decent position. Okay. The new funeral director at Mr. Grapebook's work has a boo tattoo. That is a great sense of humor. I need to have... I feel like I'm at a point where I need to have my where I need to give my bot a command for where people can get this hat. Now it'll just say the Amazon link or something. It'll just be like ! Boo hat, and then everyone will be able to get it as well. Because oh no, too crooked in the bunker. And back on the other side of the bunker. Okay. So I'm just gonna whack it really hard with my putter here. I don't know about 9 times a week, Gravebook, but surely, you know, something about this hat just it gets brought up more often than others. Oh, not the putter. That was... I'm not sure what P means, or S, because they both look like some kind of wedge, but I'm just gonna whack it really hard with the putter and see what happens. Delightful. I'm gonna whack it even harder. How long till it tells me to give up? Waiting for it to make me give up. That bar went really fast. Like, I was trying for a quick trigger on that, but... Oh, nice! 9 strokes on a par 3, what? Hole 4, 509 yards, par 5. Looks simple. Just smack the crap out of it and hope for the best. Don't go in the water, don't go in the water. Oh, good. Woo. Gonna try and find food? Not grocery shopped in a minute. Start out like mustard and tortillas level of a refrigerator. Oh, you've got a Fight Club fridge. Awesome. Also, mustard, hot dogs, tortillas, totally perfect struggle meal. Don't let anyone tell you different. Thank you for keeping me honest on the timer. I should probably, like, give it a 2-minute penalty. At least it felt like 2 minutes. Vegan hot dogs. See, there you go, Gravebug. Okay, gonna give this one a little love tap. That was actually a good shot! I might... For the birdie? Oh no. This is uncharted territory, y'all. I might birdie this hole. Okay, maybe I'll at least get par. Now that I know this requires a relatively strong shot. Rimmed out. Now it's on me to keep tabs on the timer because I'm the one who set this whole 20-minute rule thing, and I'm not holding on to it like I should. It's just usually when I'm streaming, I'm not managing a timer like this for every game. Just the tip. Double bogey, which is an improvement on previous holes. Hole 5, 372 yards, par 4. Strong first shot. Oh, baby. I give it the perfect first shot, and I get right in the bunker. This game has it out for me. This game truly has it out for me. I guess I'm just gonna have to whack it as hard as possible and hope for the best. Really? Fine, I guess I'll have to wedge up. Got a lot of English on that ball. Good lord. Back on the fairway. Ooh, don't know if I want to... Yeah, maybe I use the 4 wood. And use a middle stroke here. That was apparently too powerful. If I pull out an iron here. 2 iron, I'll give it a go. Ooh! Looks like there's some spin on it that was not in my favor. Womp womp. Okay, marginal improvement. I'm just gonna have to go whack it as hard as possible with the putter here. Oh, no. Yeah, a lot of this was rough, but I think I can get away with whacking this as hard as possible with the putter again to get out of the rough, to overcome being in the rough. Let's see what happens. Maybe this is what I get for picking the fat guy. Oh, 10 strokes! Hole 6, 215 yards, par 3, but with apparently a bottomless pit or a jungle full of terrifying beasts. Well, considering like 186 yards was my best out of this, what if I think I need to change up my club here. What can the 4 wood do for me? And I clear the gap. I'm getting onto the green. Wow! All right, now for a now to just give it a little love tap here. Not enough love in that tap. Needs a bit more. And I might get par. What sounds like a good snack? 8 but feeling peckish. You should rock some trail mix, Contrix. It's a little sweet, a little salty. Scratches all the itches at once. It is the most diplomatic of foods. Double bogey. Tied my best. Hole 7, 528 yards, par 5. That is a lot of water. My goodness. Well, I think my good friend, the 4 wood, will save me again and get me onto the fairway that's in the middle of this mess. Uh-oh. Too much spin. Maybe I should... Oh, I got placed right there. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a good hit to get to the edge of this water trap and then try to get it all the way up onto the green. Vegetarian chorizo and corn to shove in tortillas. Didn't realize how hungry until now. Heck yeah, great book. That sounds like the perfect struggle meal. Wanting sweet and kind of meaty. There are lots of, let's see, sounds like you'll have to combine some things. But I don't know if sweet and meaty goes well with snack. See, that's a problem, because otherwise I'd be like, oh yeah, some teriyaki chicken wings would crush that. Or, great book, good idea, candy bacon. Yikes! That was as crooked as a bad circumcision. My goodness. Verless Wolf! Whoa! Oh my goodness. Verless Wolf hitting me, little old me with the raid. What is going on? Verless Wolf, the Pokemon master, has brought his community, has trusted his community with me. Oh my goodness. Azadio, hello. I am Manic Socratic. I am here rocking retro games 3 nights a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for your pleasure. Currently enjoying some TurboGrafx 16. And hello, cursed Umbreon. Hello. Currently going through the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, 20 minutes per game in alphabetical order until all games are played. When I get to the Japanese games, things are probably going to get weird, but that's all right. Me and Verless Wolf, we go back quite a few years to when I lived in Seattle, and we met while playing Dance Dance Revolution at the GameWorks in downtown Seattle. It was a real good time. Even when the machines started breaking down on us, I loved DDR Extreme a whole lot. Jonah's mom is here too. Oh my goodness, it's an honor. There's a lot going on here. So anyway, just trying to deal with golf here, and a minute remaining on it. The DDR was good, and also when we found that one machine at another castle, which probably wasn't entirely legal, but that's okay. It was loaded up with something. Only the left pad worked on the Extreme machine. Yeah, basically. Oh my, what? I'm not even playing anything really interesting Jonah's mom. Except, well, Jonah's mom, you're this is education time for Jonah himself, so you can see some of the greatness of video game history. Yeah, that modded Stepmania cab was so amazing. It had every song. Like, there wasn't a song I could think of that it didn't have. Having a Stepmania cab like that was greatness. And believe me, I am definitely working on hopefully recalibrating my life so that eventually I can make my way back to living in Washington again, because that was a fantastic time, and I'd love to get back in on some of that greatness as well. And oh, it put me on the edge of the water trap. Okay, but game over. I've hit my time on that. Lots of trouble with the golf game, cursed it, I'm around, but that's okay. That's why I set a 20-minute limit on all these games, so that even if there's a rage quit, well, it's to prevent rage quits more than anything else. So that each game gets a fair shot, and that no game will test my patience. But yeah, and I'm not much a golf person either. Getting used to the physics of that was kind of tough. So it looks like we're back in shmup land here for wow, for the next little while here. Psychosis is up next, as well as R-Type and Soldier Blade. Like, if these aren't shmups to you, I don't know what is. And Space Harrier, well, yet another shmup. Different perspective, still a shmup. Villain Deku 27 with the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for following into Subconvert. You get to live the dream. Might be surprised with how quickly some games get infuriating. Well, that might have been one of the best parts about video games back in the late 80s and early 90s, is that, you know, considering we may have been, you know, incredibly young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and playing these games when the only limitation was the amount of quarters in our pocket, or we had a ton of time as well. Grimian, hello, thanks for the follow. But yeah, Cursed Umbreon, completely. A lot of these games were infuriating, specifically so they could extract as many quarters as possible from your pocket, but that's okay. I'm here to fully accept my fate and what I've assigned for myself. Jonah's mom is going to serve up Bill and Ted. Oh, that is going to be a good time. He is going to love Bill and Ted. Mr. Blah, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate you very much. And Jonah's mom, if you so desire, after watching Bill and Ted, you should take Jonah to the Circle K. It's only like 2 miles east of me. And as a kid, we were too ignorant to experience real frustration. Totally nailed it, Verless Wolf. All of our perspectives were just way different back then. So, 20 minutes of Psychosis. Let's give it a go. Meeting up for slushies. Oh, strange things will be afoot indeed, Jonah's mom. Strange things. Psychosis from NEC. Push the run button. There's no start button here in TurboGrafx land. Ooh, yes, I get to flip on the turbo feature of the controller. That was the neat part about the TurboGrafx 16, is the controller had a built-in turbo switch for the 1 and 2 buttons. And some of these graphics definitely feel a little bit like Psychosis is setting in, because what the heck are all of these objects attacking me? My word! It's a nice, beautiful beach, and then all of these things are coming at me. Like, oh, Burrito, you watched Scott Pilgrim? Yes, I'm so happy for you. Scott Pilgrim is such a fun time. I'm sure you noticed the Zelda music right there at the beginning. That's how I knew that Scott Pilgrim was going to be good times. I hope you liked it. I guess I assumed a whole lot, but I'm just like, well, you happen to be a gamer, so there's a good chance that you like Scott Pilgrim. Read the comics, says the librarian. Yes, go pick up the graphic novels, because that's where some of the real fun stuff with Scott Pilgrim takes place. The movie is just the tip of the iceberg, the barest of introductions to the entire crazy universe of Scott Pilgrim. But I still think the movie is fantastic and awesome. awesome, and I can't believe I got trapped in the side like that. Great book in your library. Do you keep, I assume you keep some Scott Pilgrim graphic novels? Shockingly generous checkpoints, because usually these games were all about causing massive brutality upon the player. And that rotten apple was spewing things first cause. Oh! Burrito with the comeback that you own Scott Pilgrim novels. Awesome. Yeah, Verlis, I'm, standard brutality of old shmups like this. Here I was just trying to get power-ups, and then that, I don't know, that crab down there. What the heck was that alien demon on the continue screen that I think I may have accidentally timed myself out of? I should go like level 1 turbo instead of level 2 turbo. Yeah, literal trigger warning as I as my own trigger, as I need to warn myself against my own trigger selection here. The trigger is not triggering as it should. The trigger is too triggery. Let's see if my blue balls will protect me again. Nope, not one bit. Got blue balled out of existence. That was risky. Cursed Umbreon with the follow. Thank you for that very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Can I actually start making some good decisions for this game anytime soon? That would be nice. Because I'm pretty sure I just keep beating myself more than anything. And this might be... Out of all the shmups I've played, the controls for this one... Not great. I guess it doesn't matter if I choose continue or if I let it time out, because I'm still on the first level and like the first, I don't know, 20% of it. How was your stream, Verlis? Well, forgot to ask you that. Hope everything went well. Hope your aspirations with your Pokemon battles went well. Hope you were able to demonstrate all the things that you love to demonstrate. You're always good at coming up with some great battle scenarios and analyzing the heck out of them. There's much going on. Didn't do battles, just training. Okay. There I go, trying to get ahead of the game on those enemies down there on the ground, and didn't go so hot. DQ for excellent adventure ice cream. Ooh, good call, Jonah's mom. Get it. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. The classic first best life, then bad. Yeah, ice cream always sounds good, especially here in Phoenix, where it's, well, the weather was okay today, but the nights end up being not much of a relief from the heat. Though on the flip side of things, if you happen to live in Flagstaff, for example, this morning they were at or near freezing, so that was unexpected to see in the weather report. Yeah, so this is going to be 20 minutes of me raging at the first level, and myself. What's really weird about this game is that it, for some reason, as many shmups have, no screen clearing smart bomb or anything. I just have to make sure that I shoot well. That's all I have. I have to just make sure that I shoot well and maneuver well. Yeah, Flagstaff rocks at a solid, like, at least a mile high. I don't remember its exact elevation, but it is way up there. Like, If you drive up there and you try to hang out there and you try to do anything physically strenuous, Flagstaff will remind you very quickly in a very brutal fashion that the oxygen content is not at all what you're used to. That also contributes to White's weather. So nice. What is this W power up? Oh, I can shoot directly down. This is great. Hopefully I don't get crushed by this enemy again. And I'm not going to hang out near the left side again. I'm gonna get crushed on the left side again. Oh, okay. I will take that little gift and ride with it. Okay, rotten apple, rotten apple. This one destroyed me previously. Let's try not this time. What does this S do? Oh, great. Now we've got some slowdown. The good old slowdown. Yeah, so many gamers these days are like, give me 60 FPS or higher, or give me death. But no, we were quite okay and happy with this. Accidentally bought a full-on hentai for your collection. Oh no, great book. No interesting terrain, just trees and waterways. You know, and sometimes that's nice. Sometimes that's peaceful when you've got nothing but flatness there. Great book, you thought you were getting a romance manga, but instead, not so much. Uh-oh, what's gonna... Hentai, you say? Yes, were there tentacles, Great book? Let us know. We must know. Counterplay! Shatter the rotten apple. Eventually, maybe? Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm going to skip that power up and just hope for the best. Oh, there's a W. Okay. Gives me my blue balls back. No, lots of fingering? Oh, that seems pretty tame in the grand scheme of things, Great book, but I'm guessing those were destined for the young reader section. Could I gather that? Because the young ones don't need to know anything about finger banging. Or maybe they should, just to keep things safe. Like, hey, you don't actually have to shove genitals against each other. You can do other stuff. Going in the adult section, expected to get stolen. Possibly by a very horny teenager. Or, then again... Never underestimate adults. Yep, that's kind of been my thing, Curse Umbreon. You know, wholesome video games, but spicy conversation. And but that's okay. I'm still considered family friendly, at least to my dude Contrix here. So I'm going to keep with the innuendos and hope for the best. If I ever cross the line, well, I'm sure he'll let me know. Why? There's a lot of things to ask why about there, Burrito. You're gonna have to be very specific about why you asked why. Oh no, don't touch me. Oh wait, I just remembered that I'm, like, immune. The white Ouroboros things are not actually that harmful. Well, thank you, Cursed Umbreon. That means a lot. So yeah, right now, in addition to TurboGrafx Tuesdays, I am currently going through the Ocarina of Time Master Quest on the special edition bonus disc that got released on the GameCube for lots of people who pre-ordered Wind Waker. Lots of reasons to curse at Master Quest, because those dungeons are really something crazy. Let me just penetrate this. Good. rotten apple will not claim me this time. That would have been nice to defeat it. I just wasn't powerful. Oh, I can get my balls to open and close if I just push forward or back. Very interesting. Balls open, balls closed, balls open, balls closed. How about that? Now we'll concentrate my fire this way and hope for the best. That the giant eyeball will be defeated shortly, maybe. Uh-oh. The giant eyeball cloud tornado is vicious. Yes, I will continue. Will it drop? If I continue, will it drop me off at the boss? No, it didn't. It just dropped me off at the end. Beginning of the level, of course. Of course, because a game from forever ago is going to be merciless. The water temple have a soft lock the way that small keys and lock doors are laid out. I've heard of the water temple having a soft lock. I don't think there's a soft lock in the original, but the master quest mode might. I just did on Sunday. I just did Inside Jabu Jabu, and I did that one guided. I wasn't gonna mess with that one. So when I get to Master Quest Water Temple, I think I'm going to do it guided again, because the original was already so full of nasty tricks, I can't even fathom what's going to be coming up at me on the Master Quest version. So I'm halfway tempted of like taking an executive decision here and just canceling this game, because it's just going to be the first level for another 5 minutes. Now it's the demo version, I think. Yeah, what can the demo do? The better than me. Oh, it's evading the bullets. Ooh, fancy. Is that really the point of this game more than anything? Don't shoot enemies, just evade bullets. Is being a pacifist the superior route here? Because it would be very nice to get power-ups. Cursed Umbreon. What gets harder in Master Quest is actually kind of funny. When you're playing through it, everything feels completely unchanged. The only thing different is the dungeons. Struggle tacos are delicious. Good on you, Gravebook. Good, happy cooking. Oh look, we can see another level thanks to leaving in demo mode. And there's more physical obstacles right in the middle. Oh, and that's... Oh, that wasn't even a boss. That was an enemy. This game is trippy. No. It's not coherent at all, but that's actually quite okay. And actually downright expected for the era. A peek back into 1990. So yeah, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna call it on this game here, because it's a shmup that does what shmups do best. So, already bidded thanks for a little while here. I very much appreciate the raids that have happened so far from Burles Wolf and AZ Collins. But I am going to I'm gonna get myself a break in. I'm gonna step away for 15 minutes. You guys can stretch. You guys can chill. There will be some ads thrown in at the end of the break, just to get rid of any pre-roll ads for incoming viewers, just as a fair warning. So I'm going to try to crank up some good tunes. It's the least I can do, and oh hey, a classic. Alright, I'm going to step away for a bit. I will be back soon.
Go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everyone in between, I'm going to rock a block of ads here to get rid of pre-roll ads for any incoming viewers. Your patience is appreciated. We will resume after these messages. Oh me, oh my, it must be time, time for me to trade places with my little previewer down at the bottom left and get right back to the action. Hello, thank you for your patience. Looks like chat was quite lively while I was gone, but it looks like you guys were able to get things back on the topic of food, something that I, as a fellow fat, am entirely willing to discuss. Daughter just said this is princess music, Contrix. This is outer space music. This is for a game called Jet Force Gemini that was released on the Nintendo 64. Incredible over-the-shoulder perspective space adventure where you can be a boy or a girl and blast aliens in the face with your giant gun. But yeah, Contrix is the most infuriating game on the system. I think we've had this discussion, Famijack, actually, where Jet Force Gemini is packed with so many awesome concepts, some really cool visuals, and has some halfway decent controls, but the progression of the game gets a little weird, like halfway through, where Rare, in typical Rare form, decides to make the story slow to a crawl in favor of it, making it be a collectathon. Yep, Jet Force Gemini was one of Rare's games, many awesome games on the Nintendo 64. All I need Mickey Raceway and I need GoldenEye, and then I will have all of the Rare games for the Nintendo 64 in my possession. Halfway through, it becomes Banjo-Kazooie with guns. Oh man, which is funny because in Banjo-Tooie they made Kazooie a gun. Kazooie became a gun, which is just all the more ridiculous and stuff like that. So, going to sip some cherry Coca-Cola here. Yeah, Mickey Speedway USA. I don't even know if Mickey Speedway USA is truly good or bad. I mean, I'm sure it's good because Rare, but I just want it just to have it. When you got to the collectathon point, you got so mad. Yeah, you begin to wonder if the same jerkwad who came up with the collectathon concept for Donkey Kong 64 started pitching a hissy fit, having an ego trip, and said, "No, Jet Force Gemini needs more collectibles." Ripped the game out of your N64 and didn't play for months. Like, I have a hard time remembering that part. Did the game, like, literally drop you in a certain spot and say, okay, now collect a ton of shit? Putting dye in your hair, so please behave. I don't know, Gravebook. I'm here to agitate the masses. It's solid like Diddy Kong Racing, but with harder AI. How is it possible to have harder AI than Diddy Kong Racing? Oh my goodness, like when it comes to Diddy Kong Racing, I just remember being like 14 or 15 years old, wanting to 100% the game, and absolutely losing my mind at the silver coin challenges. Oh my gosh, those are brutal. Ys, one of the greatest action RPG series to ever exist. Well, you're lucky because Ys 1 and 2 are here on the TurboGrafx Mini, so apparently they're sold out right now, so hopefully there will be a restock at some point in the next couple months, so you, Famijack, can get your filthy mitts on these games and play them in nice pristine HDMI output.
How could such a land of
promise
plays
for
simply
your
vanish
channel?
from the face
Maybe.
of the planet?
You dictate the content there, but just saying, you're so passionate about Ys, I'm sure it's on your list.
The legend has been silenced for over 700 years.
Wii Virtual Console, it's also pretty good.
And now?
But anyway, Ys isn't up yet. R-Type is up next, and I might stand a chance at getting, at making some progress on this. We'll see. R-Type, at least to me, is a touch friendlier than the Psychosis insanity that I just dealt with. You never 100% in Mickey Speedway USA. Oh, snap, Umbreon. Blast off and attack the evil Bido Empire. Pushing the run button. There we go. Nice fast firing. Turbo switch totally engaged right now. No worries, girl tricks. Whatever it takes. No need to apologize for stepping away. I know everyone's got lives. Everyone's gonna be in and out, so no need to apologize for anything. But thank you for letting us know. That was very nice of you. Oh, I can like launch this guy. My little helper drone, my Jimmy hat there, my tip capper. Oh. Yikes. Yikes! Oh, I got too impatient there. Silvercoin challenge on Greenwood Village and Adventure 2 will make you question your life choices. Remember getting infuriated at Mickey? Okay. Because yeah, that's what I went through with my Diddy Kong Racing is I'm like, I'm gonna 100% both the original and the mirror modes. I'm gonna have perfect save files on both. It's gonna be great. Because when you're 14 years old and video games are such a big part of your life, well, those are some fine aspirations for sure. No, you don't miss it. Okay, you better this time. Wait until the entire thing explodes. Oh, it stays active even after you make it explode. Oh boy, it's getting heavy. It's getting a little heavy. Oh! Also misspelled Mickey before remembering the song. Etc. I got missiles. Oh. What a nice way to discourage turbo button usage. If I turn off the turbo switch, I can charge my shot. Okay. So I think I can, if I turn on turbo on button 1 instead of button 2, that should help out. Or no, button 1 does nothing. Homing missiles. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, that was dirty. That was real dirty. Considering I can't shoot downwards. Super turbotastic. TurboGrafx had to live up to its name, so giving us turbo controls was sure a good idea. Yep, learned my lesson. I'm gonna take those orange dudes out as quickly as possible. Uh-oh, the background disappeared, so clearly we need more sprite drawing power for a boss. Just a xenomorph, no big deal. Oh. You can only damage it by hitting it in the middle. Go figure. Ready. Oh, at least it's keeping me on the checkpoint. I'll take that. But I got teabagged by some of the low-level enemies. This orange guy here. It's a little scary. Oh, hey, checkpoint. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, this absolutely brutal game has done us the mercy of a checkpoint, and then it does all it can to completely obliterate me. So, like, I need to bust out my rapid tapping figure here. to finger bang the hell out of the controller so that I have the option of charging up my beam, while still being able to occasionally rapid fire. Oh, while I'm charging. Okay. Yep, I could not finger bang my way out of that tight spot. Let's try this boss again. And I'll try hitting it actually where it's weak for once. I could also not get in the way of the part of it that tries to blast me. Why does Manic stream in 720? This is fake retro stream. You're not wrong, Cabal, because I am playing on a mini system. I'm not playing on an actual TurboGrafx, and I'm not a real person, you see. I'm just a figment of your imagination. So all of this is incredibly fake. Happy Tuesday to you, Cabal. Hope you're doing well. You know what? You are right, Famine Jack. It counts as real hardware because it was made by the original manufacturer, or at least the owner of the intellectual property who made it. Not NEC or Hudson, but Konami did do us a solid here, so you gotta give them credit for that. Konami actually managed to make hardware that was not a pachinko machine for once. It's not a slot machine. An actual game console. How about them apples? You just ran out of your meds, Cabal? I mean, you're probably also a little bit stressed because Phelan didn't stream today, so that may also count against you. Yeah, I'd say most of these games end up being arcade games, especially given the nature of video games in the era in general, where a ton of games were just a lot of arcade ports. But you're also dealing with traded shots here. But when all's said and done, actually, it's just the nature of the beast when it comes to the TurboGrafx 16 that 18 of the 57 games on this console are in fact shmups like this one. So I guess tonight I'm clearing out a good chunk of them by playing through 3 of them in a row here. Very clever of them to do that. A lot of games on Genesis Mini were like that. I mean, definitely that as well. If nothing else, because Sega at their roots was a big arcade company as well. So them putting Sega putting their best foot forward means Sega's putting their arcade conversions there. I'm just a big fan of innuendos, of trying to get away with stuff and having plausible deniability on my side, so I appreciate you cursing around as well. Glad we could find some goodness in common there. Oh no, you're not sniping me this time. Genesis is Genitals. Genitals Mini. Goes and looks for meds. Ooh. Did Genitals Mini hit a little bit too close to home, Cabal? No sniping, just crashing. Indeed. Yeah, these systems would be great for traveling because they're small, they can fit in your bag, and you get in a hotel, and a lot of hotel TVs have free HDMI ports, so you can just jump right in and have a big collection of games like that. And yeah, Cabal definitely moves fast. Cabal falls in love quite quickly. And he gets very attached. Cabal, big wiener on Twitch. Oh, so that's what you mean when you ask for a bonk in other streams. Oh, I ran into the wall again. TV's right there in front of the bed, so it worked great. Yeah, exactly, you get to. Actually, I think I did exactly that. Wow, this is bringing back an unexpected memory. So, back in 2017, I moved back to Phoenix from Seattle, and naturally, it's a very long drive. It is a solid like Actually, I think it might have been more like 30-ish hours of driving. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the 2 days because you know I was forced to have a hotel stay during the drive back. I made it from Seattle on day one. Made it from Seattle to Redding, California. Stayed a night in Redding, and then somehow sacked up the stones to make the drive from Redding to Phoenix in one shot, which was not pretty to say the least. Never extenuating circumstances required. Cabal laid on bed on your back with your head hanging off, played NES upside down. I remember doing that too. But yeah, when I stayed the night in Reading, I think I whipped out my NES Classic for a little while because the SNES Classic didn't exist yet. You get to, when I was in high school, smuggled my Xbox on a band trip to Florida. Had a ton of peeps come play games in our hotel room. Kind of trashed it up, but we cleaned up. Band director wasn't happy. Oh, that is awesome, you get to. Umbreon has small PP on Twitch. First time playing Doom 3. Doom 3 on the Xbox was a freaking miracle that it could even run in the first place. That conversion was brilliant, because the PC specs for that game were a whole lot higher, to say the least. The fact that back then, with those resources available, they still managed to take a crowbar and shove Doom 3 onto the Xbox was pretty magical. I need to go back and revisit Doom 3. I think I remember playing through it like exactly once and then never again. Probably because I was hoping for a Doom game, and then you know, it was an entirely different game than I was expecting. So I'll just have to try to give it another go, maybe. Possibly. Chopped up the sections. Yeah, that makes sense. That they made some of the levels smaller to be able to fit in memory. Because the OG Xbox only had 64 megabytes of RAM to play with, and the game itself, the game on PC, I believe, required a heck of a lot more than that. That might have been one of those first. Like, I think I remember it being quite taxing, so it may have been like a 512 megabytes of RAM kind of game, or 256 perhaps. It was a really wild time in gaming back then, for sure. This game, Cursed Umbreon, is R-Type. R-Type is definitely one of the... when it comes to this whole shmup genre, R-Type is definitely revered as one of the classics, for sure. If at any point you find some old gamer who's, you know, being all Cranky Kong, walking with his cane and stuff, chances are he's going to mention R-Type as a game that used to brutalize him when he says, "Back in my day, this is what we used to do when we played video games. We shredded our wrists, and we played so many video games. We could only play 3 minutes for 25 cents because the games were so hard." This thing is blowing bubbles at me from its chest. All while I have to avoid its tentacle. Is R-Type considered bullet hell? It seems calm compared to nowadays. It was kind of like... the real bullet hell games are more of the overhead style. But in its time, it was pretty bullet hell. Doom 64 is oh my gosh, Doom 64 is I will talk about Doom 64 all day, every day. I will praise it to the heavens. Dropping acid in high school and coming home to play Doom 64 was a nightmare. Nice pun there. But yeah, with the way that Doom 64 looks, that straight up H.R. Geiger kind of look there. Oh man, Doom 64 is fantastic. And by the end of those 3 minutes, you knew whether or not there was enough hair on your chest to play for another 3 minutes. And if you asked your parents for more quarters, you would get beat with a belt until dinner time. R-Type is the game that is being played right now. trail tricks. Yeah. Get good at run guns. That is a quality aspiration, if I say so myself. See, this is the deal. I'm gonna keep getting greedy, and I'm gonna keep getting burned. Because there's only that very small window of time where you can actually hit the sucking chest wound of the ugly face of this boss. And it's advancing towards me, oh god, oh god. Is it straight up gonna, I'm up here in the corner, is it gonna, oh my god, that is evil. The ship is the R9 Arrowhead, dang, Cabal dropping the mad knowledge. The big facts. Contra Metal Slug and recently Blazing Chrome, oh yeah. I died, which somehow put even more hair in my chest than there already is, which is already like too much. You get to adding on modern game, viewer's choice. Oh my goodness, you got the points back. That gets to go in the queue. You get to request Blazing Chrome someday. You want an entire stream of Blazing Chrome. Can I find it on PC or Switch? I forgot to add that caveat in my channel points rewards that if you do request a game, that it should be it should try to make it PC or Switch so that it's actually accessible to me. Because it would be a little bit difficult for me to go drop coin on an entire like PlayStation 4. But there are a ton of games that are coming out for all the major platforms, so it wouldn't surprise me if Blazing Chrome is one of those games that is... Oh, it's on the sale right now. Sweet, thanks, Cabal. I can go buy that one right now. Or right after stream. So I will stick that into the Discord at nearest convenience. Okay, so now I need to somehow like be more aggressive with the gaping chest wound. Oh yeah, it's Switch and PC is all I really need for gaming, honestly. There's no shame. The Switch has so many games, there's no shame in it being a main. And now I finally beat the boss with 1 minute remaining. Clutch! Yeah, I have a huge game stash for my Switch, and like mostly cartridges too. Oh no. Oh wow, those look like freaking... Those almost look like Ghosts and Goblins type enemies. Just straight up shambling half corpses. Too many consoles, still not enough. Yeah, as I sit here currently surrounded by... Like, within grasp right now is my GameCube. Cursed Umbreon with the 20 biddies for beating the Xenomorph. Okay, that's enough R-Type. Stop. And a reset. Let's get out of here, back to the main menu. Yeah, within arm's reach, my Dreamcast, my Switch, my PS3 is still sitting there from when I was streaming Jak and Daxter, and then I'm just like, you know what? The first Jak and Daxter is so freaking repetitive, I'm just gonna give it up. Then the TurboGrafx Mini and my GameCube that runs, that's hooked up for my other streams. I can at least pan the camera down to say, hey GameCube, hey Wavebird. The GameCube is there for my other streams for the week, which involve Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Master Quest. Blazing Chrome is also free on Xbox PC Game Pass. You can sign up for $1. Aw, snap. You get to, yeah, you are pretty good at that, trying to get people to try new games that appeal to their tastes. And they're, what was it? Someone reminded me earlier today. Where's my dude? Where's my dude Bootsy? What did he tell me? He reminded me of a certain game that I know I need to play. Was it this morning? I know we talked about it today. Why don't I just go straight to his Twitter profile? That would be nice. And yeah, the cute demo that happens here in the TG16 is visually thrilling enough, I think. GameCube is amazing. Missed it a lot. Had a silver one. Oh yeah, the GameCube is life. The GameCube is good times. I love it so much. So many great things to play with it. And I went on a mini rant about the GameCubes yesterday, actually. That the GameCube was where Nintendo started to really separate themselves from the competition. That Nintendo decided, Nintendo was so super dominant with the NES, dominant with the Super Nintendo, and then against their sworn enemy, against the enemy that they created, Sony, the Nintendo 64 kind of faltered. So Nintendo said, you know what? We are going to do something completely different. We're going to do something a little bit weird. But not too weird, it's just going to be mid-grade weird that still feels functional. So Nintendo hit us with the GameCube, which is like, look at this controller. This was already a ridiculous concept in its day. Dropkick Channel, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to your Dropkick Channel. Hope all is well. Hope you and the wife are having a lovely day, a lovely evening. Yeah, Airzonk was a good shmup. That was game number 1 here in my TurboGrafx 16 series, being that it's all in alphabetical order. A really solid shmup. I did enjoy it. And that guy reminds you of Gurren Lagann. Okay, Cabal, you are the second person near me to name drop that anime, and now I feel like I have to watch it now. The Wavebird, best controller ever. Yeah, Dropkick Channel, very good to see you. And yeah, GameCube controller got tier for a lot of genres because it's just straight up you can roll your thumb in any direction, and since all the buttons are shaped the way they are, you always instinctively know what button you're pressing. It's so genius. The dub is good on Gurren Lagann. Okay, totally fair. Okay, next game. Most likely yet another shmup here. Wear joysticks out quickly. Are you a Smash player, Abrion? That's the only way I can think of that sticks would be worn out so brutally. N64 for worst controller. I think when it comes to the Nintendo 64 controller, I personally love it. But when it comes to that controller and hating it, its D-pad was complete garbage. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was thinking, that somehow Nintendo took a step back on the D-pad on the N64. It was pretty ridiculous. Like, that really shouldn't have happened. Dead Cells was the game that was mentioned. Oh, Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, Monkey Ball will thrash your stick as well. No, I don't think you had to hit your hands all over to hit the buttons. Because either you were holding the middle handle or you were holding the outside handle, and it would get kind of stressful sometimes having those 6 face buttons and the L and R. But I still enjoyed it. And then stuff like the Brawler 64 these days, Retrobit has one as well. Let me link this controller here. Yeah, I think Retrobit actually has a... Wait, you're kidding me. 8-Bit Dough and Retrobit got together and collabed on an N64 controller that's wireless? It's stamped with both their logos. What the heck? It's a regular looking N64 controller, but I guess maybe it was a different controller company that I'm thinking of. I'm gonna try to bring up my web browser here. It's this guy here that might make N64 controls more appealing to other people. That there are indeed controller manufacturers out there who are willing and able to create alternate controllers that might feel a bit more natural to what you're used to. Oh yeah, Dropkick Channel, the Dungeon Explorer music. I was super impressed by that game. I played it last week, and Dungeon Explorer, like, one of the first things I noticed, Dungeon Explorer had some badass music. I was jamming to those tunes. Anything but 3 prongs is here, see. And see, that's my deal. I love the N64 controller so much that I refurb them on the side for my own enjoyment. Also, Dead Cells. Dungeon Explorer is one of my first Wii Virtual Console games. I think the first TG16 ever played. That, totally get it. So anyway, let's crack open our Hue card here for Soldier Blade. Let's load it up and see what's going on. Yeah, Dropkick Channel Dungeon Explorer is definitely one of those games that I think I'm going to revisit offline, because it was a lot of fun. Alright, yet another shmup, Soldier Blade. Normal game, or challenge, or score, or setup. Oh man, before all the setup, before all of like the industry standard jargon was ever established. Okay, normal or hard? Normal or hard? You don't get an easy. Screen mode normal, or arcade aspect resolution. Oh dear. Yeah, Contrix, it's fairly trivial to open up a Nintendo 64 and their controllers. Their controllers are just sealed with Phillips screws, but N64s, so do I have it near? See, do I have it nearby? I thought I did. Where did I put that stuff? Let me stop the timer here. I will reset it, in fact. But yeah, Contrix, the screw bits for being able to open up the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo, and the NES are available. That aspect ratio for arcade mode, I don't know if I would necessarily call it 1-to-1, but there were a lot of arcade games back in the day that used this super slim aspect ratio that I guess was like, I guess maybe you could say it was like 16:9 turned sideways or something like that. Because I could potentially go back, like I know the game is already occupying a relatively small part of my stream as it is. Dang it, give me. Oh, I accidentally started the game. And anyway, it would just be super skinny and super squished. I'm kind of okay with the situation here. And I'm gonna try using. Oh yeah, turbo me up, baby. We got an overhead shmup action. This is gonna feel like bullet hell. Oh, this is so bullet hell already, with those slow moving bullets already here, and the fact that my ship moves quickly. Oh, what? I thought that was a power up. Yeah, there are certainly some 16:9 phones, and then there are quite a few phones that are going for a much thinner aspect ratio on top of that. Oh yeah, Contrix. Yeah, I would happily rip apart your Nintendo 64, and in fact, I've got quite a few of them that are just. Thanks for the timer reminder, Gravebook. I might knock 2 minutes off of it, but just for. Did I? Yeah, go figure. I have a situation like this. N64s are fairly trivial to crack open. This one is gutted because it is one of because the insides of it I've sent over to my buddy Mark, who runs a great computer repair shop here in the Phoenix area called Rad Computers. He's currently doing some Ultra HDMI mods for me. Cabal, CNC Red Alert, Remaster. You launch the game. It goes through the same installation screens where you had to pick your audio and video card for progress bars. That's amazing! Such love someone had for the game. That was such an important part of retro gaming, where you installed the game, and in order to do anything, you had to know exactly what hardware you had, and sometimes even set up your autoexec.bat. Yeah, Cabal, I'll just let the demo keep playing. I don't need to play. I don't need to touch the game. It's just gonna be 20 minutes of an empty chair while the demo plays. But seriously, if actually I'll do you this favor at the very least. The iFixit it's just funny saying this out loud. The iFixit 64-bit kit, in fact, has the exact piece, the exact tip, the exact bit that you would need to be able to open a Nintendo 64, among many other things. We got Far Ripple in the house. Yeah, Contrix, I will come on over with some toothbrushes, with a big bottle of isopropyl alcohol, and we'll make sure that your Nintendo 64 is sparkling. You'll buy beer and wings and pizza. No need. Like, I do that shit for fun, Contrix. That's the crazy part. What's going on, Fart Ripple? Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you are well. I hope all of your Linuxes are happy. I hope your cron jobs are running. I hope your bash scripts are scripting, and I really don't know what the shit you do, so I'm just kind of winging it here. Yeah, Manic Robotic is playing is what it really comes down to. Now, how about I knock... There, I'll give it that advantage there. I'll give it 3 minutes. We'll compromise a little bit. Actually, what is challenge? Just for kicks here. Soldier Blade challenge stage. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. Interesting. Fart Ripple, you suffer! I mean, aren't we all? It's all suffering. None of us asked to be here, and yet we're here anyway, so we're just trying to make the most of it. Ooh, I'm firing out of the front and back like I got food poisoning or something. Ooh, I think I accidentally did like a neat speed strat there. Oh, this is just a ton of targets. And I just try to have to hit as many as possible. This music is pretty dope though. Bonus! Hell is other people. Also not wrong, Gravebook, but we try to, you know, we as we sit here in here with each other, we're trying to make the other people part a little less hellish. Oh, I got the tri splitter. Yeah, baby. Got the spread shot. Like trying to pee the next morning after sex. Just total spread shot. Give me more. Taco Bell shoot 'em up. Whoa, learning those depths, Fart Ripple, is that just for fun, or is that something that's required for work? Kubernetes? Not sure. I've never been sure of how to pronounce that. Die, boss, die. At least I can shoot the boss's projectiles. That's nice. Use it extensively in your department. Have you been drinking tonight, Fart Ripple? Kubernetes. Time's up. Drunk on gummy berry juice. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. We are the gummy bears. You need booze for... DJ Gigabit clearly has also been traumatized by Kabanana. 99 bananas and 2 packs of Haribo. Also yes. Found 311. Indeed, I scored 311 just for you, Ruby. That's how I did it. Yes. Yes, indeed. That's the ticket. Locked it in. I've peeked. Let's see. CI/CD pipeline. Oh, see, you're already going over my head. Fart Ripple, you're too smart for me. Look at the big brain on Fart Ripple. Hope you're feeling better, Itty Bitty Ruby. I know that spider traumatized you something fierce. More bullet hell, more bullet hell. You're not stuck in space with me. I'm not stuck in space with you. You're stuck in space with me. Oh. Sugar-free Haribo destroys your guts. Oh, I learned that the hard way in Vegas one time. I decided I was gonna be Sterling. I was gonna rock the Sterling Archer way one time, and I'm like, you know what's gonna be awesome? Gummy bears and scotch. So I did the poor man's version, and I got like Circle K gummy bears and some Jack Daniels, and the end result was some of my plans to go out in the evening were completely scrubbed when it felt like there was an entire like 55-gallon fermenter going off on my insides. And yeah, I believe there were some incredibly funny Amazon reviews for if you try to do a bulk purchase of sugar-free gummy bears, because the very specific sweetener that is used in sugar-free gummy bears, because apparently it's the only sweetener that will function in the context of a gummy bear in a sugar-free way. Yeah, that particular sweetener is the absolute worst. I don't know of any other sweetener that rolls like that. It's crazy. But I realize, yeah, diabetics, people who want to enjoy sweet things, need sugar alternatives. And, good Lord. I'm too old for this bullet hell stuff, you guys. There was an attempt to talk shit. People on dirty keto. Oh, yeah. Every time, I feel like every time I've tried keto, like my first attempt with keto was wildly successful, and that's because I stuck to it religiously. And then every time in the future, I would try dirty keto and never got the same results, even though I was so insistent that I would be the special one who could make dirty keto successful. But no, keto is hard because it demands that you not make any cheats. There is no way to fudge it. There is no way to cut corners. You are in or you are out, and you will suffer miserably if you try anything otherwise. Or at least you won't get the results in the ways that you desire. Ooh, lasers. Only for a second. Oh, come on! Let me have this. Yeah, there might be diabetes, the possibility of diabetes hiding inside Yukon-Trix, so you better be careful. And in fact, a keto diet is quite good for people who are predisposed to that. Steak and bacon, exactly, Cabal. Steak, bacon, chicken, eggs. There's still quite a bit that can be eaten. It's just all the stuff that is usually eaten with proteins that they get people kind of squirrely, like, oh, potatoes are way out. A lot of vegetables are way out. A lot of candies are out. Lots of beverages are out. If you do decide to booze up, if you do decide to get boozy, it's like, okay, 2 shots of like a hard alcohol, and that's all you get. Oh, let me get that green back. This green is a. Oh, come on! Who's really in bullet hell? You have a lot more screen than your enemies. Yeah, that's why I try to have the attitude of like, you're not stuck in here with. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. Paleo, yes. Yeah, Fart Ripple, this game doesn't let up. Welcome to 1990. I'm sure you remember it fondly, Fart Ripple. I mean, you may not have played this exact game, but you've definitely played many, many games of this exact brutality. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Yikes. Okay, I'm being reckless. This music is pretty dope, though. Oh, I ran right into it. Give me back my greenies. Did I ever have Virtual Boy? No, I never did have a Virtual Boy. I knew someone who had a Virtual Boy, and that kid was very unappreciative of the gift that he had in the first place. Don't know whatever came of it, but yeah, I would love to have a Virtual Boy. Contrix, keto works by kicking any and all sugars, carbohydrates, starches, all of that. None of it allowed in your diet whatsoever. Ooh, Raiden. Yes, Fart Ripple. Yeah, Raiden would be a good comparison. I wonder if your Fart Ripple, I wonder if your mom has that Virtual Boy in storage somewhere. Great book and the buttery nipple. Yeah, the Virtual Boy wasn't for everyone, especially for the fact that it could totally fry your eyeballs. There are some really awesome geniuses out there who in fact have made mods for the Virtual Boy. I kid you not, they have made a consoleized version of the Virtual Boy. Gives the Virtual Boy video, takes the Virtual Boy circuitry, takes it out of the Virtual Boy itself, and lets you hook it right up to a TV so you can play the games. The games might still be red, but the games will be nice and flat and on a TV, so your eyes can at least cope with what was going on there. And you can just imagine the 3D with your mind instead of having to have your face clobbered with it. There is the entire possibility that if I had the money and the motivation that I could stream Virtual Boy games. Yes indeed. Had a friend that weighs 450 pounds. He tried keto, breaks it from time to time, restarts it again. And I think that's kind of what you have to do with it, because it's not sustainable to do super long term. Not that I feel like there's any super big health drawbacks to that, but it becomes socially it becomes an issue. But also you kind of get tired. I know there's variety, but you also kind of get tired of your entire diet being composed of like 24 things, and you just want to have some variety. Vertical force drop kick. Gotcha. Yeah. The Virtual Boy only had 40 games, but like half of them were pretty solid. I'm just kind of tickled by the Virtual Boy because it's one of those super crazy, far out there concepts that akin to something Sega would have done, but Nintendo did it, and that made it kind of all the more special that it was Nintendo being way more daring than they ever should have been in an era when they weren't technically that daring, when they played things incredibly safe. Nope, not grabbing the blue. I'm liking my greenies here, my green arrows. Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy. Yeah, and it was a pretty solid game. And there was a Wario game on the Virtual Boy too, also pretty good. Yeah, very, very limited titles for that. Like, if you really wanted to, well, you could probably somewhat easily get the entire Virtual Boy collection. A few of those titles will probably cost you a pretty penny. But yeah, not very many games. The Virtual Boy library is like the same. It's got a super small library, like the 32X has a small library. That hurt. Can I at least clear this boss before time's up? Nope, probably not. Virtual Boy also has Teleboxer, just like first-person Punch-Out with mechs. Teleroboxer, okay. Dang, Dropkick, I did not know you were such a Virtual Boy aficionado. Can I get back to the boss here in 2 minutes and 40 seconds? 22 Virtual Boy games? Oh my gosh, the 32X had like at least, what, 35, 40? There were even a couple 32X CD games that ran in conjunction with the Sega CD. Yeah, imagine trying to play that. Two Virtual Boys, divorced family. Oh boy, those good old broken home stories. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call executive on this and rage quit because I'm getting tired of shmups, you guys. I want my gameplay variety back. But you know what's next? You know what's freaking next? Is freaking Space Harrier, which is still in the shmup family. Big rest in peace. Yeah, I didn't have a divorced broken family until I was like 19, so I didn't have any of those super cool benefits. Made your eyes feel like bleeding, great book. Makes sense. So let's see. I don't know why I keep tapping that. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can extract 20 minutes out of Space Harrier. Kind of funny seeing Sega games show up on this, but I'm really excited that we're gonna play Splatterhouse tonight. That's gonna be another cool situation. Eyes don't work together super well. That's part of it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Virtual Boy's on eBay going for over $250. Yeah, I'm wondering if the Virtual Boy consoleizer is kind of driving that. You can read a little bit more about it right here. 15 Cursed Umbreon. Ooh, like that's super brutal because when you're dealing with I thought I hit that space here. There we go. Yeah, because when you're 15, you're already kind of ragey in the first place. So family projecting a ton of stress onto you and like possibly even using you as a bargaining chip. These adults that you trusted kind of doing things that you never expected an adult to do. That shit is just not fun. Space Harrier from NEC, apparently. What mode? Pad or normal? Okay, I guess I have no choice. Pad. Start it up. Virtual Boys are pretty fragile too. Ribbon cable, those things that come loose guaranteed. Fix it with a heat gun when it involves cracking that thing open. I think I have heard something about that. Between the ribbon cable and this other part of the Virtual Boy, like on the front of it or something like that, this removable piece that someone like 3D printed a stronger part for it. One-eyed woolly mammoths have everything to do with Space Harrier because we're in space, Cabal. Don't you know one-eyed woolly mammoths are like the thing in outer space? LCD failed because of that damn cable. Yeah, and that was also kind of unusual because Nintendo is infamous for building incredibly stout consoles, and then the Virtual Boy comes out and it's like, oh, this thing has a fatal flaw that makes it fall apart. I mean, granted, the Nintendo 64's analog stick was its weak point, so it wasn't all perfectly PG or anything. Does that dragon can only be damaged like directly in the face? I think that's the case. Yeah, Cabal, you're already kind of an astronaut. Just jump. You're only as far away from space as you want to be. Oh, now you finally turn red. There we go. Now we're in Giza. At least I feel like this is a bit more of a tolerable schmuck situation. There you go, Cabal. 40 years experience. Write it down. Fluff that resume. Fluff that resume hard. Seriously, I got owned by a tree. Not by a giant stone head, but by a tree. Real men play Mario Party's Tug of War minigame on the original N64 controller. Indeed. Wear out the center of your palm, and now your me time hand is ruined, assuming you've used that hand to also rotate the N64 stick. My hand isn't used to applying friction in that manner. Swirling mass of Easter Island heads. Yep, Nintendo got sued, gave people gloves. I wonder, that glove has to be a very expensive collector's item. Has to be. An official Nintendo glove. Oh yeah, Contrix. You know about the me time hand. If Nintendo or Sega never got into 3D gaming, well, it kind of does seem like, see, that's difficult because it already felt like there was pressure for video games to go 3D as it was. Like by the time the Super Nintendo came out, we had gotten so much out of 2D, and 3D just happened to be this hot new thing that a lot of developers wanted to try. Too young for me time, cursed over. I don't know. If you started early, I'm not going to judge you. Get it, Fart Ripple. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you rolling through, Fart Ripple. I'll see you again another day. Make sure to catch Fart Ripple occasionally during the daytime streaming Overwatch or Apex Legends. That is the Fart Ripple guarantee. Give him a follow. Sega almost stayed 2D with the Saturn. Yeah, you're not wrong. And then Sony forced their hand a little bit. Because the Hitachi SH2s could still do polygons, just not in a super strong way. And then in response, they're like, okay, we're gonna jam in a second processor to make it good at polygons, but then make it incredibly difficult for programmers to leverage that second processor. 26 now, cursed on ground. Oh wow, I'm 10 years older than you. Square pumpkins. Yeah, rendering in quads, like, geez, Hitachi and Sega, really? You're gonna hit us like that, making it like nearly impossible or making it super difficult to port games between different consoles. Like, no, get on the triangle train, bro. That's where everyone else is. Why are you rolling quads at us? Do I think that VR is the future of gaming? I don't think it is. I think VR will exist alongside traditional gaming, but it's not going to become the entirety of gaming. Especially with the various sensory issues that prevent people from playing VR. It's not, and especially because it's been expensive for a while, and it's going to continue being expensive for a while, it seems like. So somewhere between price and the sensory abilities of humans, the limitations of actual people, are going to cause issues with VR. Similar to the discussion earlier, the virtual one causing eyeballs to bleed. Not a lot of people can handle VR or even want to stick that thing on their faces. So VR, I imagine VR will probably become I think Sony's kind of on the right track. VR is a great add-on option for something like the PS4, so it can exist in that fashion. But like dedicated VR consoles, I'm not sure about. Though I'm surprised that some VR things are holding up well. I know DJ Gigabit, you have the HTC Vive or something like that. I can't quite recall. Yeah, it does get exhausting. I messed with PlayStation 4 VR at a friend's house a while back one time, and I'm thinking 45 minutes max is what I can do on VR. I wouldn't want to do anything more. Just sacrificing way too much of my physical health. BioLab for VR, great. That's cool. VR restricted in the settings, you can play it. There'll be a niche or more traditional game where playing VR is impossible. Yeah, basically. VR still feels not. I'm not going to say it's gimmicky because there are some incredibly rich VR games out there, but it's exactly that. It's got a niche situation. Would probably be frowned upon if you went to the college to play some porn VR. Maybe. As long as you don't whip it out in the middle of trying to play VR. Oh, it just changes the, I don't need to change that. The mode select is just, do you want inverted controls or not? Heck yeah, Cabal, get yourself that virtual vagina. Play with that thing for all it's worth. You too have an Oculus Quest. Feels blurry. The games are just pretty much arcadey games. And that's kind of unfortunate that an Oculus would have arcadey type games. And yeah, the entire room thing with VR, it makes me think of, I don't know how many of you might follow Kung Fu Fruit Cup, but she streams Beat Saber, and just from watching a few of her streams, you can kind of gather she has this incredibly large green screen room to make that happen. It's pretty crazy. I'm very supportive, Cabal. I hope you and your virtual vagina have a lovely time together. Oh yeah, Umbreon had that Cabal used for that virtual vagina message. Cabal used one of Nina Lee's emotes. I don't know, it kind of feels like a cop-out for me to spend all 20 minutes on Space Harrier, because Space Harrier, for one, is a Sega game, and is not truly something exclusive to the TG16. But at the same time, it's also really cool seeing that the TurboGrafx 16 was reasonably able to, this isn't exact, it's not super perfect, but this is a pretty reasonably decent port of the arcade of the Space Harrier. So I gotta give him props for putting this together. Stay the course. You're right, Cabal. I've shortchanged too many other games tonight. This is the way. Cabal is... I did not know you were a Mandalorian, Cabal. I mean, the music is pretty dope, so I can stick with that. Give me the dragon. Give me the dragon. Yes, the dragon. Dragon, rock the dragon. Space Harrier. Oh, I can shoot the dragon from behind. Still something you always got to give them credit for. Sega always had banging tunes, really memorable, catchy melodies. You know, you're not wrong, Cabal. Space Harrier is... It feels like they try to do something weird and outer spacey with the same game engine that they had Afterburner in, and it's just... It's really incredibly abstract, and that was like one of... That was something that like both worked for and against Sega's favor back in the day, because Sega really was all in for putting out concepts that were completely crazy. That was part of their appeal. Sega was bold and brash, and they didn't care about any judgments for how weird their games were. So they put out games like this, and even you get all the way up to like Nights into Dreams, which was massively weird as well, and very arcadey. And that's just how Sega was, for better or worse. It sounds like Sonic stopping every now and then. Sad that this is the way it kind of died off. Love The Mandalorian, best thing Star Wars has done since the original trilogy. The Mandalorian was so good. Perfect space cowboy, my favorite genre of show. Yeah, there's something very vintage about it, but also very modern about it as well. So it had a lot of appeal. It had a very wide appeal because of how well it did so many things. The Mandalorian was a gorgeous. This first season alone was absolutely beautiful. Some of that cinematography was just out of this world. Jon Favreau really knocked it out of the park. I do genuinely respect Jon Favreau as a filmmaker, because he's incredibly versatile, and with that versatility comes some pretty awesome stuff. Like, I don't know how many of you watched Chef, but that was a fun little movie, and it also gave him a handy excuse to make out and lay around nude with Scarlett Johansson in bed. So that, you know, another bonus. He was just doing an Adam Sandler kind of thing where he'd go get a hottie in one of his movies and feel her up for a few $1 million, no big deal. Oh yeah, episode 2 was a snooze fest. After a certain point, it became like, why are we here? And then thankfully episode 3 kind of redeemed it, I think. I thought I would blast away his missile. Goodbye, dragon. It seems that my points are less reliant upon me shooting things as much as it is just surviving. The more time you spend playing, the higher the score gets. And the top score is like 1 billion, so it doesn't even, like, nothing I do even registers for this. I'm not skilled enough to play for long enough. But hey, I still gotta grind away and see what more I can accomplish in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Really enjoyed episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 had some really cool stuff on it. It's like Lucas finally realized, like, oh crap, I have to tie everything together now, so I have to get down to business and really write some good shit. And then yeah, episode 3, I really have few complaints about it. Episode 3 did some incredibly bold things to make sure that everything got set up nicely for episodes 4, 5, and 6. Lightsaber battle on Mustafar. That was something. Blast smoking down the trees, smoking trees. Oh yeah, I got all 3 of them this time. One thing to complain about. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, that no was incredibly awkward. And, like, how did James Earl Jones even croak that out? How did they go with that take? Like, how many times did James Earl Jones yell out no in the recording studio? And then out of all the surely dozens of takes, someone, the editor or Lucas himself, finally said, yes, that one. How does the man self-destruct his whole franchise? He self-destructs his franchise by selling it to Disney, that's what. Like, I was all on board for episodes 7, 8, and 9, because, like, I know a lot of people shit on episode 8, but I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, I have some criticisms of episode 8, but if episode 9 does certain things to validate it, then I'll be totally cool with it. And then episode 9 went on a completely different direction of things, and I'm like, you know what, this is not nice. But some of the best things Lucas did, like how everyone reveres Empire Strikes Back, is because he lets someone else direct for a change. Soap opera spaceships, indeed. Like it's supposed to be a big homage to like. Well, we know about George Lucas's love for Kurosawa and some of those self-discovery journey type movies. There's a lot of those foundations that got Star Wars off the ground. Don't at me. Yeah, like I said, episode 8 was polarizing, and you had every right to feel polarized by it because it took some incredibly bold narrative steps, and then none of those steps were addressed or vindicated or otherwise reconciled in episode 9. So I still watched it. I still am like okay with things, but they definitely blew some opportunities. And with only a minute left, I'm gonna call it Neurolab. Neurolab, what are you doing here? I think a ton of franchises can make a huge comeback if they focus on the same universe but side stories. Seriously, you get to. Like, at the very least, we deserve like a Knights of the Old Republic movie. Some other Star Wars that is in no way connected to the Skywalkers. Like we already kind of saw, The Mandalorian, like, yeah, happened kind of to the side of the Skywalkers, still related to the Skywalker saga, but it distanced itself from the Skywalkers so much and was great as a result. Rogue One, I had a good time with. I know Rogue One is also polarizing, but I had a lot of fun with that one too. It was worth me watching a super late show of that. So, if Famajack were still here, then I know he would be geeking out hard because Splatterhouse is up next. This is one of the most highly revered games on the TurboGrafx 16. Does some really cool things with horror genre elements, and it's just a good side-scrolling beat 'em up. Finally, I'm not shooting at things. Finally, I'm beating the shit out of things. It's a much different vibe. The EU is the best part of Star Wars as a youngin'. Yes, that's why it was so fascinating to play Shadows of the Empire back in the day. Because it's like, oh, there's this other villain. What is this Prince Shisor guy? And who's this Dash Rendar guy? This seems pretty neat. Rogue One made you feel good even if you hated the ending. And see, that was the thing. When you learned about what Rogue One was going to be all about, the ending could not help but be that ending. The thing about Rogue One that I did not expect that actually blew my mind. I'm like, okay, cool. Rogue One, they set out to steal the plans. Neat, all right. Maybe that, they steal the plans and some of them scatter, some of them die, but it's going to end shortly after that. But no, they connected it right up to the beginning of A New Hope, just straight up right there is the beginning of episode 4. Like, holy crap. That was ballsy, and I think it paid off. Label on the box of Splatterhouse. The horrifying theme of this game may be inappropriate for young children and cowards. Yeah, episode 9, stupid fun. That works well. Alright, Hue card. Activate. Ooh, a cutscene. That must be the house where splattering happens. Ooh, I can punch fast. Ooh, I just picked up a 2x4. Yes! Yes! Splattering them against the house. They already got to the point of the game. I'm splattering in a house. And ew. What's my jump like? Okay. Let me get my 2x4 back. Ooh, spikes from the floor. Batter up. Only one left for this raid. They missed it. You know, that's the thing, is that I'm not, you know, Verlis wanted to raid me. I'm very flattered at that. And I've had enough raids, and I've been part of enough raids to be, you know, if people want to dip out, if whatever I'm doing doesn't jive with them, that's fine. I'm not gonna hold it against anyone. I appreciate you hanging out, Umbreon. You've been super cool. Oh boy, it's a gold. Yeah, my mod gradebook has been an incredibly delightful, fanatical supporter of the stream for a long time. Itty Bitty Ruby's been a friend of mine for a while. Yugachu and Cabal I met in the streams of Nino Lee. So it really is this really cool mixed bag. Fart Ripple has been a friend of mine since middle school. Was that like a bonus stage? No! This felt like a bonus stage. And I think that's one of the cool parts of hanging out in the streams of small streamers is the kind of vibe that they can create. I definitely have a bunch of larger streamers, so I enjoy, no doubt, but their chats can get a little bit on the chaotic side. Like I enjoy watching the Dragon Feeny, but her streams typically have like 800 people in them, and it's hard to feel like you can become a part of that community, or that you can really converse with everyone else in there. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything when it comes to doing this Twitch thing. Heck yeah, DJ Gigabit! I knew you would. I knew your nipples would get hard for gold. Oh no! I was supposed to jump over that? Because, by the way, the jumping in this is shitty. Oh, could I duck under that? No. Spicy chat with a spicier streamer. Yeah, Contrix, it was about 2009, 2010 that I was doing the weird stuff on Twitter. Okay, I can't bat away those spikes. I can't jump over them. So what the heck am I supposed to do? Like, I feel like the jump timing on that is incredibly tight. Like, pixel perfect. seen big streams where the chat is just emoji spam, and that happens sometimes on the really, really big streams, whereas like a means of crowd control, they go straight up for emoji only chat, and where it's just emotes, and sometimes that's fine. That can be a way of getting things done, but yeah, I feel like it takes away from the interaction. Oh yeah, Contrix. Those meetups were fun. I really wish that they weren't. I really wish that situation could have continued, but there were some external factors that kept it from happening, and that was unfortunate. Yeah, I think you nailed it, DJ Gigabit. Ton of people shouting to the void, trying to get noticed, hopefully, because your message is only going to be visible to the streamer for like 3.5 seconds, so you'd better make it a good one. Pukey zombie. Oh, it's a wrench. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. At least these are one-hit enemies. Like, I don't know, I'm sort of understanding the appeal of this game. Like, pretty solid graphics for the era, all things considered. Controls are a little bit chunky. Music is pretty decent. Don't we all love Dodgeball Gradebook? Stopped watching a streamer when his channel blew up. Chat didn't get modded right despite the size of the community. Would try to address what everyone was saying. See, that is something I've noticed. Probably a smart move on the part of the streamers who got incredibly big. That chat is occasionally addressed. But a lot of messages, an absolute mess of messages, just get let by the wayside, for better or worse. You mean Asmon Gold doesn't read all those messages every night after stream? Yeah, because, you know, yeah, I'm just thinking of like all the other big streamers who I'm aware of. I'm like, oh, Maximilian? Totally. Seriously, how am I supposed to jump over those things? I don't understand. And I can't punch him away. So like, what's my option against those things? I'm gonna straight up Google that. I don't care. No, that wasn't the results I want. Splatterhouse, sewer, spikes. Like, how do I get through stage 2? And see, that's the other thing, Neurolab. I don't like. I may have been on Twitch for like a year and a half now, but I don't do a lot of those memes. The Keck W, the poggers, the sour please, the whatever the heck that stuff is. Not my deal. Stage 2, the sewer. Stage 2 at 2 minutes. Okay. Thanks for that, Cabal. Yeah, because I'm like, this is definitely a point where I could use some backseat gaming. Because what the hell? So stage 2, grabs a 2x4, jumps and swings at some enemies. Fine. But like, is his jump arc supposed to be at a certain? How did he get that high jump? Is it like holding up and then jumping? Like, you're younger and confused, Contrix. See, that's the other fun part, Contrix, is that none of this ever gets any less confusing. And the more questions you ask, the further you will take yourself from the truth. I still had the fucking turbo switches activated for the buttons, so I was not jumping as high as I should have. I'm a gigantic dumbass. So let's move on. Yep, no tutorials. You win and you get better by dying. That's it. That's your only choice. You die or you live. There's no middle ground there. Uh-oh. The music is getting faster. Top 10 best small open world games. What the hell is going on here? Do I just have to, like, not get hit by stuff? Is that what I'm dealing with here? Oh, I'm fighting a chair. Wonderful. The chair is a boss. Oh, and now it's an evil knife. Yeah, all of a sudden I become drunk. And I'm fighting knives. I have to punch a knife. I actually have a somewhat, like, it's between me and a knife, it's like 50-50. Amazing. Oh, and now I'm fighting the painting. Am I gonna fight the lamp next? Ooh. He's a ghost. Oh. Oh! What? I thought I was done when the spirit left the room. All of that anguish was worth it. All of that anguish of the shmups was worth it for that moment alone. Like, honestly, pretty inventive boss level. Moving right along. Back in the sewer where I can now jump correctly. This game was considered incredibly violent for its day. This is a precursor to Dead Rising. Thanks for the clip, Contrix. Okay, now stuff is gonna fall from the ceiling again, which, fine. I'll stay over here. Oh, and now it's chair fighting time. Time to brutalize this chair before it brutalizes me. Oh yeah, suck it, chair. Now it's knife party fight time. Now it's time to be attacked by two knives. I mean, I feel like the game kind of had us all on the line there. That, like, okay, everything stopped shaking, and the ghost left the room, and then that. Ooh, I get me a boomstick. And zombie dogs. Like, I wish I had like the Doom shotgun sound effect, because that would be much better than this. Oh yeah. Listen to that chintzy bass line. Aw, I'm out of shells. Did I just fling like a teacup at that zombie? And what is it about these dudes that he's so supernaturally strong that he can punch zombies to death? Oh, I got thrown up on from that far away? Jeez, was dude drinking Jägermeister or something? Okay, this level's pretty tough, not gonna lie. Nope, not falling for your puke this time. Oh boy. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh. There was a boss, I think that the first boss of House of the Dead 2 was almost exactly like that guy. Yeah, bad memories with Jägermeister. No one has good. Sugar-free vodka gummy bears? Escape! What's going on, Escape? Hello, Escape and Raiders. I am your guy, Manic Socratic here. I am currently tearing through the collection of games on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, playing some of the finest retro games 3 nights a week right here on this channel. How are you doing, Escape? Please make sure that he gets the shout out. Thank you, Gravebook. Playing Smash? Oh boy, your fave. Nothing like a good run of Smash. So yeah, the first boss of House of the Dead 2 is a dude is a massive beast with a giant chainsaw and a sack over its head. Finally got a GCC, felt better than Joy-Cons. Oh my gosh, Escape, you've been playing on Joy-Cons this whole time? A hint, Cabal? Ooh. If I die one more time, I'll take the hint. But for now, I'm just gonna suffer. For the last 2 weeks. Brutal. Oh no! Oh great. Even when I'm not playing Zelda, I get killed by wall masters. Maybe whatever's going on down here will be easier to deal with than what's up there. Maybe this was a gift. See, these zombies die in one hit because they live in water, so that means they're super mushy and like oversaturated. Smash Ultimate needs this guy. Okay. Was this the easy route? Oh no, I just came back up. Ew, skin slip is a thing. Yes, it is. Fully declothed. Geez, am I not even gonna be able to make it back over to the boss of this level? Then again, I'm like damage boosting through everything. Tifa or Aerith, or I think a lot of the fans are calling for Sora on the next round of these. Ask me too much. You never know. Sakurai has a lot of ways of surprising us. Aww. Oh well, and with 30 seconds left, well, not much point in continuing here. So, I'm definitely understanding how and why Splatterhouse got so much love. So, I'm not going to take a full break. I'm just going to take a quickie break here to do some human things and to run some ads. You can give the first shotgun for the boss. You can have 2 shotguns. Oh, save the shotgun. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not even going to put on actual music. I'm just going to flip over this way, and I'll be back in just a few. Okay, you know what? Since that's a rad song, I'm going to play it. And gonna rock a block of ads here to get rid of pre-roll and to take advantage of this break time. I'll be back shortly. back-to-back Castlevania music? Oh my goodness. Shuffler, you did good work. You did really good work. So let's get back to it after the short break. Thanks for hanging in there. Welcome to the stream, Colonel Gables. Appreciate you stopping in, saying hello, having some excitement for the PS5. Gravebook, I hope all goes well with your head. So, the final game of the stream tonight is going to be Victory Run. Looks like a racer. I otherwise have no knowledge of what might happen here. Nintendo owns my souls. I mean, honestly, same, Umbreon, same. That's why, like, geez, when did I start streaming from my GameCube? I feel like it started forever ago. I've been streaming off my GameCube since December when I did Wind Waker, and then Wind Waker brought on Twilight Princess, and then Twilight Princess brought me to doing Master Quest. So I've been able to milk this GameCube thing for a while. It's pretty great. You only have one soul? I don't know. I think if you scrape around, maybe you take bits and pieces of souls from a few other people, they won't notice, and then you can have a complete, like, Harlequin soul going on. It's just this really nice mashup of other cool souls. That would be super sweet, I think. Maybe you should go for that. It's an option. I mean, depends on how good you are at reaving souls, though, because there's a certain aspect to soul reaving where you really don't want to overdo it. It takes a fine touch. Really, you may have to test it on a few, like, I don't know, maybe like escaped prisoners or something, just really undesirable people, just to be able to, like, take a soul nugget. Something like that. Anyway, time to reset the timer and just get to cruising here on Victory Run. Let's shove that Hue card in. Push run. 3 letters, huh? Manic. Please select my support parts. Engine. Suspension. Not too much on braking. 1 gear. 2 gears. Maybe some more engine. A lot more engine. I feel like this is a really generous loadout for the start of a game. And also, like, an incredibly detailed way of going about upgrading a vehicle for a game as simple as this, because it looks like a pretty simple, like an NES game almost, like a really fancy looking NES game. I hope you like the Dragonborn. Routinely have about 25 dragon souls. Okay, manual transmission. Getting some outrun vibes here. Pretty good steering. Tokyo Spliff, what's going on? The bearded one has arrived. What is happening, Tokyo Spliff? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out in my streams. I know you're usually not the most talkative one, but that's okay. You show up, Tokyo Spliff, and I appreciate that very much. Whoa! I hopped. I know Tokyo Spliff. Well, it's kind of a long and complicated string of things for how I know Tokyo Spliff. Because Tokyo Spliff is I've been in real life longtime friends with this nice gal named Emmy. Really super amazing person. She lived here in Phoenix for a while, but moved back to Texas. And then because of Emmy, I got to know some other people like Stephanie and Sterling, and then through them. Somehow came across Tokyo Spliff here on Twitch, and then yeah. I should probably like downshift instead of braking. That's at least my preferred way of going on. Oh, how do motorcycles do that to me? Yeah, Tokyo Split, you're all bestest. You're all besties. It's a good crew you guys have. That's a good little family you guys have. It's like this weird, like, it's like this Fast and the Furious kind of family, except you're not stealing shit and you're not causing destruction in many international exotic locations. Managing the gearing sucks. Yeeted by a motorcycle. You're furious, just not fast anymore. Okay, why does this game keep throwing big trucks at me? Good lord. Uh-oh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Didn't reach the checkpoint. Are you kidding me? The audacity of this game. Can I, Ooh, I can subtract from the support parts, from these parts. Okay. I'm not even sure if gearing actually affects anything, so what if I throw engine and suspension? Some pretty chill music, you're right, Colonel. That's one thing that I've been noticing is a common thread throughout all these TurboGrafx games. A lot of them have super cool music. Especially some of the RPGs here on the TurboGrafx 16. Really neat tracks on them. But definitely more than any other game, big Outrun vibes here on this game. Oh, more yeeting. Love it. This game actually has a pretty generous timer. Considering how many times I got just completely crushed and still almost made the checkpoint. And how many times I was irresponsible with shifting. So maybe something will come of this. Very elevator music. Not actually sure what benefit the suspension boost gave me. I should probably put it in tires. Need for Speed Underground 2 boiled down. Contrix, you might also, if you want to go back to the era, you might also think of Rad Racer for the NES. Rad Racer also had this really neat element of the game turning from day to night. Whoa! Less than 30 seconds to get to the goal. My progress meter up top is, I am kind of almost there. Let's see what I can do here. Wow, these big trucks, I swear. Used to play a game like this on DOS. Oh, wow. Old arcade game. Super Sprint was a little bit like this. This time a lady came out and I fist bumped her. Oh snap, Crimson Blades, what's going on? Hello, Crimson and Raiders. Crimson, good seeing you throughout the day, throughout all the other streams. Appreciate it very much. Hello, Crimson and Raiders. Just going through, this is kind of the last leg of the stream here. Enjoying a little bit of TurboGrafx 16 action tonight. I am going through the games of the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, 20 minutes per game, in alphabetical order until all the games are through. The Crimson Raiders are here! Yeah, I was so close, Umbreon, so close. Honestly, not sure what gearing does for me. Maybe I'll put it in the tires, so I grip better. Phone died in the middle of the... Oh, Crimson. Like, that sounds like the worst luck ever. I think now I'm understanding a bit more of what the gearing thing does. But I'm definitely liking this upgrade to my tires. Oh, motorcycle yeet. Oh, you're still playing... Oh, that's right, Crimson. You were playing some hella Salt and Sanctuary. Salt and Sanctuary, I believe you described as a side-scrolling Souls-like? Seriously, not understanding this super cycle that can yeet an entire car. These old video games, you pray for them to make sense, but they never do. I didn't know there were police in this game. They probably won't chase me or anything. Bye. A little bit of almost road rash style with I seeing cops like that. Happy you got to drop in on Crimson Blades. Oh yeah, Crimson adores you, Great Book. I know it. I've seen. You're as much of a stream watching freak as I am these days. Great Book. Ooh, these squealing tires are not the business. Oh, game over. Nice and finishing up work. Yeah, Crimson Blade seems to like to start his streams about when you're getting off work. So, do I not get any additional game options here? I just push run and then do my best here for these support parts. Okay. So, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna help my gearing a bit. I mean, 5 on tires is pretty decent, all things considered. Like, I'm just experimenting here. I've only got 20 minutes for this game. I don't care. Oh, 25 biddies! This game is adorable to me. As a racing game aficionado, glad I got to see some of the stuff they used to do to make a realistic driving game. Oh, thanks, Umbreon. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, up and down on the D-pad is gear changing. It really does feel like they tried incredibly hard to make this a solid racing sim. So, Great Book digging deep into my treasure chest of commands there. You showed me your biddies, Umbreon. Because yeah, it looks like they decided to make something like Outrun or Rad Racer, and then add a ton more realism to it. Like maybe you could consider this like the great granddaddy of Sega Rally Championship. Yeah, I feel like my bot needs some love. I've neglected him for quite a while. Like the last time I really did anything interesting with my bot was for my birthday stream an entire month ago. Yeah, Contrix, biddies. Umbreon showed me Umbreon showed me some biddies, so yeah. Dropped a few biddies my way, so it was the appropriate sound effect, I think. Great book, your brain remembers the right stuff. Oh yeah, I do indeed have a lurk command. I feel like people should leverage that if they want to. Because I do have some lurkers, but you know, Twitch being able to count some more shatters is also good. I'm not saying lurkers please come out of the shadow or anything. That's all up to you. But I do indeed have a lurk command. I did not have one for a while, strangely enough, but I do. There we go, DJ Gigabit. DJ Gigabit, I know you're never far away. You're always lurking. You're always lurking in my life, not just on my stream. Yeah, this game loves stifling the player by continuing to put gigantic trucks in my way, even when I feel like I've gained a little bit of momentum. It just keeps squashing my soul here. And it's not often, Umbreon, that I find any real racing game aficionado type players. So it's really cool to find you in the first place. And not making that checkpoint. Maybe I will next time around. Womp womp. Game over. Womp womp. Welcome back, Crimson. Thanks for hanging out. Lots going on. Okay, one more go at this. Let's see, how do I want to load this out? What if I just let's start from the bottom. I don't break that much, so I think I'm gonna go. How about I do this? No brakes. No brakes and 5 on the rest. We don't need no brakes. Let the motherfucker burn. Yeah, it was 1989. Still, I mean, it was only a couple years into the life of the TurboGrafx 16. So the fact that this game looks like a super fancy NES game, slotting somewhere between the 16-bit visuals we enjoyed on the Genesis and Super Nintendo, it feels right. Oh, we gotta yeet. Oh boy, soon for work. Thanks for staying up late with me, Girl Tricks. Hope you have a good sleep, a good night, and everything else. I don't know what you're up to, Contrix, sleep-wise, but I imagine you are following as well. Unless you wanna sneak watch me some more. But there will be a raid after this, I pinky swear. Ooh, squeeze past those two. Whoa! I don't know. I kind of feel like I should pull out Winamp and play some Splash Wave to go along with this or something like that. In only 4 gears, definitely a product of its time. I really deserve 5 gears. And I would have thought that professional racing transmissions would have had a solid 5 gears or more. Trying to get kiddos to sleep? Oh yeah, good luck with that. But you seem to have some pretty disciplined and nice kiddos. They wore out all their energy yelling at the TV at my stream, so that should help, Contrix. I'm good for helping your kids freak out and get all their energy out right before bed. I'm leaning into these turns really well. Going without brakes was a good idea. Now it's a mad dash to the checkpoint, as long as I don't get yeeted by another motorcycle. "28 seconds at top speed. Will he make it in time?" Okay. Kind of dap up my lady. Timeout. Oh, it's taking a timeout between legs of the race. Got it. Got it. This screen actually means I continued. Okay. Because timeout seemed like a bad word. But now I only have 8 seconds to do... Oh, I have a minute 40 something. Okay. Yeah, seriously, Contracts. I'd like to know what racing game that was like this that was on DOS back in the day. I don't know, Crimson. The game timer, I have a lot, but in the IRL timer, the what I want out of stream timer, did the cop really try to run me off the road? Yeah, 40 seconds left of this game. Bye-bye, 5-0. Appreciate you're always so supportive. Rock and roll racing, not what we're looking for, but definitely a fun one. You are correct. If you ever thought, you know what, I want to play RC Pro-Am on the NES, but I want it with some real metal tracks and some new other things. Yeah, Rock and Roll Racing is like a spiritual sequel to it on the Super Nintendo. 89 high-level race cars have a 6-speed, pretty cutting edge. Most race cars would have 5 speeds. Guns and rockets. Okay. Most consumer sports cars would have 4-speed. That seems to be what this represents. Indeed. Fun fact. Yes, Gravebook, I do indeed rock a manual transmission. I have a 2015 Mazda 3, and yeah, I intentionally bought it brand new with a manual transmission. That was how I decided to rock, and all the cars that I have driven in my entire driving career, ever since I got my license, I've rocked a manual transmission. How do you drive a car that's not manual? Exactly. You just sit there and get bored. Aw, thanks, Gravebook. Yeah, Mazda 3s look really good in black. Just saying. So, with all that in mind, you guys, I think it's time. Thank you very much tonight. Curse Umbreon, you've been a blast. Clearly the people love you. You are adored, so thank you, Umbreon. Millennial Anti-Theft System. Contrix, lively as usual, thank you. Crimson, appreciate the raid. Big shout out to Furthest Wolf and AZ Collins again for their raids. Good hanging out with you, DJ Gigabit, with Fart Ripple, with Colonel Gables, with Yuga2, with Cabal. So many awesome people hanging out tonight. Escape, thank you for your raid as well. Can't forget you. We are going to go on a raid. Gonna go raid dear, sweet, awesome, super cool, neat streamer Canadian Catlink. She is playing a little game called Haunting Grounds. I surely will trust her with my community here. She's a bit, I will say, in all honesty, full disclosure, she's a bit bigger of a streamer, but you'll definitely enjoy the vibe that she puts out. She's probably still like bullshitting with her people right now. So, I don't think I'm gonna do a raid call this time. So Umbreon, hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Hope I see you again soon. I will be back Thursday for more Ocarina of Time, Master Quest. We're gonna become Adult Link, you guys. It's gonna be great. So I will see you later. Let's just kick back and enjoy the raid.